Hello everyone and welcome back to the 12 Myths About Photography series. In this episode, we'll be talking about myth number 2. In case you have no idea who I am, go check out the first video of the series to understand who is the person behind the voiceover. Or if you have missed by chance myth number 1, go and see that. To avoid missing any more videos of the series, go hit that subscribe button to stay tuned. I promise more videos will be coming your way soon. So, why not everything you hear about photographers is true? Part 2. Myth number 2. Basically the most common myth about photography ever. I mean, everybody whom I know starts talking about that. I mean, like 5 seconds after we've met and I say that I'm a photographer, people say, that's a really easy job. I wish I had it. Well, it's not easy, by the way. Not easy at all. So, basically, what is that myth about? Anybody who can snap a pic is a photographer by default. Well, somehow people think that the very ability of taking pictures, regardless of the quality, make them an amazing photographer by default. Well, that's not true. Actually, to be a photographer, you need to be an artist. You have to know a lot about composition, gear, if you please, posing, whatever. It's not just going around and snapping at things. This is snapping. This is not photography. As you can see in the picture I'm showing, this is not mine, by the way, these two are one and the same location, one and the same boy and props, but the one on the right is taken by a photographer, a real photographer who knows what they are doing, and the one on the left is taken by an amateur. The one on the left is a snapshot. This is not photography. So, here is one of my favorite examples from my practice and one of the most recent ones. So, long story short, this is not a commercial thing, I'm not advertising this event, but basically the whole thing is called Winter University and it enables university students to go and practice winter sports. This image is taken at Borovets, which is one really famous Bulgarian winter resort, and a really famous track called Rotata. So this place is quite a steep hill and it's really useful for snowboarding and skiing, but it could be quite tricky if you don't know your ropes. So as you can see, this image was taken a few years ago by someone else. I don't know who that is because I didn't find the name on their website. So as you can see, we have problems. Down right corner we have a lot of things that shouldn't be in shot. We have a lot of people up there in the upper left corner. And the whole subject is so small in the frame that you can't really make out what's going on. You see that the person is snowboarding, but there is no focus on anything. This is a snapshot. This is not photography, again. So basically, whoever took that image thought that they are really good at photography, but basically they are not. So, not to mention that there is no focus whatsoever in that whole image. So, you see this, and there is the contrast between this image and this image, taken at the same event in the year when I worked for them. As you can see, apart from the difference in composition, the subject is bigger, we have focus, and so on and so forth. It shows something which is much more important. Seeing the bigger picture. I did talk about this in the previous video, that expensive gear cannot create beautiful images, but what is more important, that you should see the bigger image, you should see the beautiful shot through the lens. No one can teach you that if you don't see it. Practice doesn't make perfect in this time. So for example, when you shoot sports, it's really difficult to make your shots great since you have very little time to react. Things are happening all the time. Sometimes it's really dangerous. For example, in winter sports, they really go down the slope at a very high speed, so you shouldn't be directly in front of them. because they may run you over and they wouldn't even notice that or be able to stop. So this is something you learn by practice. There are a lot of people around those tracks who can help you with information, tell you where to stand, how to stand, what to look for even. But if you lack the right equipment, be it because you didn't have it with you or you don't know how to use your equipment, this doesn't make you a photographer and you will be screwing up big time. Trust me. So here another image from the same event. So as you can see, it's not that easy, but basically these are the images I created. They are not perfect in terms of, well, say sports photography. I'm sure that sports photographers will totally object to what I'm showing you now, but they are way different from the first image I showed to you. And the difference is in the person who took the images. It's not about gear. Gear alone would not make you a photographer, trust me. If you give a photographer even the most mundane of things that takes pictures, even a pinhole camera, and you give an amateur the most expensive of cameras ever produced, trust me, the real photographer would be the one who can produce good images with anything. So seeing the bigger picture and seeing the amazing shots through the lens is much more difficult than just pressing a button. I mean, everyone can press a button. Very few people can create amazing images. Having said all that, I would wish you once again good luck and stay focused. Take a moment to subscribe to the channel in case you haven't done so yet, or check out the other videos of the series or the videos connected to the Culture Crossroads project I'm working on. See you next week. Bye.